Hi everybody, welcome back to Being Queenie. Thank you so much for all the support you guys gave me in my previous videos. I really appreciate it and hope to keep the videos coming all year round. So today I will be talking about some just villainous light novel recommendations. I was thinking of doing a series where I just recommend light novels of a specific genre or maybe theme. And my goal is to just make you guys aware of light novels maybe you've never heard of before. I know there's a few popular light novels that are out there that even non-light novel readers are familiar with. So the goal of this is just to make you more familiar with other light novel series as well. Maybe if you're specifically searching, especially for a specific genre or theme, that's the goal of these videos, to hopefully introduce you to at least one or two of them. And I'll just be showing you the series I will be talking about with my little Echika your Forma mat. Please everybody keep a lookout for the anime coming out in a few months in April. I'm so excited. My first recommendation, we do have The Seventh Time Loop. The villainess enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy. You guys might be familiar with this one, maybe if you watched the anime or read the manga. However, the original source is a light novel. So as the title suggests, we have our main character here, Riche. She is doing her 7th time loop of her current life. She keeps dying at a very specific age. And all the reasons she keeps dying for either are directly related or at least partially related to a war that happens every time she has her loop. So this 7th time, she's hoping to have a carefree life, as the title suggests, and just enjoy herself. All of her other time loops, she's been working really hard. She's been doing a bunch of different jobs, so she's accumulated a lot of different skills, and using these skills, she is working her hardest to have her carefree life the 7th time. And as you can see, we have this handsome gentleman here on the front, who she does get to engage to this time around, and he makes things, I want to say, easier for her in some aspects, and makes things more difficult in others, as in love. She clearly likes him, they both like each other. So then hopefully these two can admit their feelings so they can work together to hopefully stop the dark future that Riche knows about that happens all of her time loops, and without Arnold here finding out. These two are really, really cute, dynamic together. Arnold is very handsome, as you can see. I'm just going to show the pictures of the first volume, so there shouldn't be too many spoilers, I hope. The illustrations on this series are beautiful. We have Riche here and Arnold, and then just the other cast of characters as well. The illustrations alone is a good reason to read this book, but the chemistry between these two, beautiful. So yeah, recommend 7th Time if you are looking for a good villainess series with a really strong and really cute protagonist that definitely holds her own, even though she just wants to have a relaxing 7th loop. So my second villainess recommendation is my personal favorite. If you know anything about me on any other social media platforms, I'm always talking about this villainess series. It really feels like this villainess series was made for me, and I think that's why I clicked so well with it. And that series is The Condemned Villainess Goes Back in Time and aims to become the ultimate villain. So this light novel series also does have a manga adaptation in English from 7 Seas as well. And this series follows Claudia here, our main villainess. So she actually was not a great person her first time around. So this is another loop scenario, just like 7th Time Loop. However, it's only her 2nd loop. So this series does follow Claudia, and she was genuinely not a great person her first time around. So we actually get somebody who isn't a great person. Just part of it is her upbringing, a part of it is just the people around her. So she was generally not a great person, and she was engaged to the Crown Prince here, Sylvester, and then one day her engagement is broken off. The prince is now engaged to her stepsister, and Claudia is removed from the family and she's to be sent off to work as a nun. However, when her carriage comes to take her to the nunnery, her carriage is actually assaulted by bandits, and she's actually sold off to be working in a brothel. And this series follows Claudia, her first life. Through working at a brothel, she's able to interact with a bunch of different people and just really humble herself and just see all her mistakes that she previously made during her first time around. And she just learns to genuinely be a great person. And then something does happen where she does die during that first loop. Then she's re-looped back again as a child, and she's using this second chance to really change the outcome of her life and the people around her as well. Like I mentioned before, Claudia is generally not a great person, so the 2nd time loop around, she's actually a really sweet person. She's really learned from her mistakes, and that's one of the many reasons I really like this series. We take somebody with, I guess, negative traits, and we show that people can change. And I really like this series, obviously. I adore Claudia. She just feels really real to me, I guess. is the right word. Claudia really feels like a person who's learned from their mistakes and have just changed their ways. And in doing different actions differently her second time loop around, she greatly also affects the lives of those around her and just betters them as well. And you follow Claudia, how her actions change her future and the future of others just for the better. So as you can see from the first volume alone, there's really beautiful illustrations on here. There's 2 colored illustrations, however, I feel like one of them is definitely a spoiler. So I'll just show you the one that's the same as the cover. The illustrator does a great job at just drawing everybody and so beautiful. So that great series, my personal recommendation of these, of course, but that's just because I really, really love Claudia. But this is a great villainess series if you're looking for somebody who genuinely does change, who genuinely is both a strong and a weak main character, does change her ways, and just learns to be a great person. So for my third and final recommendation, we do have a relatively new series, I'd say, and it's called If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love. And this series is brought to us by Yen Press. Like the previous Villainess series, just beautiful artwork. That's normally the first thing that comes to mind when I'm looking for a series. Cover buys are a real thing, and this one did attract me initially. However, I wasn't too sure on my feelings on the enemies to lovers, or I guess the academic enemies to lovers trope, but this one is really, really sweet. Our main character here, Bridget, as our villainess for this series, she was obviously engaged to the Crown Prince, and that engagement was broken off. The reason being, there's magic in this world, and people form contracts with spirits. However, Bridget, she is from a really prestigious family, and she was not able to get a contract with very high-level spirit. So she is really looked down upon, especially by her family specifically. And then one day, the Crown Prince does break off her engagement with him. However, before, when she was engaged to the Crown Prince, he used to say things like, "I don't like smart girls," things like that. So Bridget purposefully made herself appear more dumb, a very villainous character, if you know what I mean, making fun of others, etc., hoping to get the Crown Prince's attention. However, obviously that didn't work and the engagement was broken off. So her self-esteem is really low, it's really plummeted down. She does use this free time to study and just do everything she would do otherwise if she hadn't been told to be a certain way to appeal to the Crown Prince. And by doing so, she's actually really smart, and then we have this really smart guy over here, and he becomes her academic rival, if you will, and that's all I'll really say without ruining anything for the series. Beautiful illustrations, obviously. I'll show you the other covers as well. So we do have volume 2. The illustrator does a great, beautiful work. Like chibis on the back especially are so adorable. And then we do have the most recent volume, volume 3. I haven't read this one specifically yet. However, volume 1 and 2 have really been fantastic. And not much to say aside from this is a really cute series. There are some really sad moments to it here as well. Some dark moments. Don't let these cute covers deceive you. Show you just the illustrations at the front. So we have the character portraits. We have all these characters here and all this different spirit contracts. And then we have more characters here. We have specific scenes. I find light novel illustrations at the front usually contain only the first, maybe half of the series, so you don't usually get too many big spoilers. And just these two are so stinking adorable. Like, they're so cute. I just kid. And then, yeah, we do have the chapters here. So, yeah, great villainess series if you're looking for something sweet and a little dark, with just beautiful illustrations as well. So there you have it. These are all my recommendations for some villainess light novel series. If you're looking to get into any of them, I feel like villainess series are plenty in the light novel and manga world, so your options are not scarce at all. I personally recommend these two because I really enjoyed them. As somebody who starts a lot of villainess series but doesn't normally continue them, these are my top 3 that I definitely want to continue and always read the newest volume as quickly as possible, after I'm able to get the volume, of course. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I've maybe introduced you to at least one of these new series that you've never heard of before. Personally, my top recommendation is this one, but that's just because I really love Claudia. But if you do end up reading any of these, you'll have a great time. Please let me know as well if you are aware of any other villainess series that I as well might like based off of these 3 recommendations. If you do have any questions about any of these series as well, please let me know down in the comments. I do have more series like this coming, just with different genres. So if you do have any specifically that you'd like to see sooner than others, if you'd like to see maybe romance or maybe adventure or anything sooner, please let me know and I'll put that up on the priority list. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!